My trailer links very well with my two ancillary products. This is because in all three of my products they contain the same genre, which is crime, and the subgenre of horror. I use my images with the main characters in both my ancillaries. This was to display to my audience that those characters were going to play the key roles in the trailer and they can expect to see them frequently throughout the whole of the trailer. I tried to use conventions of real media film posters to make them look more professional. I did this by designing my own title for both my poster and magazine front cover. My title was an original text, and I also added an effect on top of it. The effect was the blur effect. This created an image that it was fading away, and it was quite smudgy, and it was in the colour red. And so this created an image that linked to my trailer, because the antagonist, which wasn't actually real, in my trailer, the antagonist thought that this character was real, but it was in her imagination, and she ended up having psychiatrist therapy because she was getting wound up in her head. Therefore, like this, emphasise the point, that point where was he real or was he not real, in the poster and magazine front cover, which made it more aesthetically interesting for audiences to see. Furthermore, the colour choices I made for my magazine review were all based on research of real media products. The primary colours I chose were red, black and white. These were the main colours used in most other magazine film front covers. These colours were chosen because they all symbolise different meanings, such as red symbolises blood and nervousness, and black symbolises darkness, evil, sorrow and falsehood, which matches the narrative of my trailer exactly. These colours fit my genre and vividly show the kind of emotion I'm trying to portray from my front cover, and also this colour combination also has the effect of contrast between them, which will make my front cover more attractive and eye-engaging to audiences, as it will stand out to the eye. I also added a large title of the name of the magazine, which matches conventions of all other front covers, which makes my design look professional, and this also lets audiences know who is distributing my film and can and will give my movie a positive image by associating with a well-known distributor. I also add little details which are needed in all front covers, such as barcodes and small promotions for the actors. I did this by using a small red circle promoting interviews with actors which follow the conventions of real media products, which I saw in my research. The barcode adds realism, as these small details can add large impacts when designing them. Furthermore, the main image is very important, I learnt in designing the front cover. This is because for most front covers, this is the main focal point when audience are looking at your design. The facial expressions really convey a strong picture for audiences to see what kind of person or character you're trying to portray. This makes the genre very clear and will attract my target audience vividly. The facial expression I directed my actor to show was an aggressive and menacing look directly at the camera, so it makes them feel like they're there and adds a bit of realism. This was so that the audience felt like they were being looked at by the actor, which can make them remember it more as they feel a bit more personally attached to it. Yes. So there were some challenges that I encountered along the way, including the text in the front cover was a challenge. This is because the positioning and finding the correct lines to write was difficult. I attempted to use the conventions of real media products by adding text around the sides of the main focal image. This was so that the text didn't take away any attention from the focal point on the front cover. The positioning of the text was the hardest part, as I struggled finding places where I could input the text where it looked nice aesthetically. So to move past this obstacle, I did more research and looked where real media products were placing text and removed my text into places which looked good and professional. Ways such as using overlapping, where I would place certain text over the top of images, then some would go beneath this layer. This will create depth and more abstract visual effect to my front cover. One more thing that I could have worked on better was using more negative space. I feel that I tried to fill as much gaps as possible and add text where I could. I've left some spaces, which would have made the front cover design less chaotic and better structured, as this might just put off audiences if too many things happening at once. Therefore, I will leave more spaces so that I could increase the emphasis on the images and the main text I wanted them to see, so it will be more impactful and obvious to audiences that they need to read that before the rest. My poster also followed many conventions of real products, such as changing lighting for my photo shoot. I used a side-lighting shot, which meant that it covered up to half of my actor's face, which happened to be the antagonist. This was to keep the character looking mysterious, which created a sinister atmosphere and kept the character hidden to the audience, which is very relevant in my trailer, as audiences will be wondering who this character is, and in the trailer the audience will also be wondering if this character is real or not, which is linked with the poster as the images fade to darkness, as they will keep on wondering why the character is hidden so much, which also creates a lot of consistency. Also, the fact that this character fades to darkness symbolises that this person will be evil and have a lot of sinister attitudes about them. The main character facial expressions are also very worried, panicked, which suggests that this character will be full of anxiety and vulnerable, which was the antagonist, so the audience are meant to feel bad for this character. The two images of the main focal point of the poster, so the two images are the main focal point of the poster, as they are two main characters of my trailer. Having a large image or two is very stereotypical for posters and follow the conventions of real media products, which is why I did this, as it made it look very professional and impactful, I thought. One thing that I have changed is that I would have made the antagonist a little brighter, as I need to make sure that audiences are able to see that he is there to make the poster powerful and effective. Furthermore, one thing that I would have liked to improve is that my tagline might be a bit too small and in an odd place. I challenged conventions by making this slogan smaller. This was so the audience could focus more on the images and the title of my film, which I think is more important. I could have enlarged my slogan so that it was more significant, as this could have been more engaging for audiences, as if it could catch their eye and draw them in, which is an important factor to consider when making a poster for a film, as it's one of the main ways that they get people to come and watch their movie or the trailer. Furthermore, I made sure that I included all credits for my movie in the trailer. For one, this added the professionalism to my poster and also shows who I, as a director, have worked with. Also can help promotion. If I've worked with these persons, if he's got a fan base or have a customer base, then they will come over to my movie as they've seen we've partnered up. I also add things such as the rating for my film, which helps to target my audience, as it gives an indication of what age group I will be targeting. This follows the conventions of my real media poster, as nearly every poster that I have researched will include the credits and also will be positioned at the bottom of the poster, as it's not as crucial to add in as you need to really focus on the other stuff that the audiences will be looking for to attract and draw them in. When designing my ancillary tasks, I took a lot of time on my research beforehand. I inspired my design from the cover of I Am Legend. This was for my magazine front cover. I took inspiration from the image right in the middle of the front cover. This created a strong focal point for audience to look at straight away after seeing the front cover. On this image, the facial expressions are very vivid. It conveys emotion of anger and revenge, which gives a clear insight into the movie and makes the audience ask questions about what might happen or what happened to this character in the movie. My front cover has a lot of commonalities with this real media product, such as the large title and distribution name. These are things that have to be prominent in the front cover. This is because I need my target audience to remember the name of the film I'm making a poster for, which is the whole point of the whole process. The design had a lot of overlapping with the text and the main image, and however I would have liked to utilise the skill more often in my front cover to create more depth and an interesting design for them to look at. Also, in this front cover, they included more images of the movie and other movies that were featured in the magazine. And I'm gonna try and update that soon and use that as a bit of feedback for myself, like self-critical feedback, and add some images in to see if it works well with my whole magazine front cover. I also use the same primary colours as the I Am Legend, white, red and black, to match the conventions of the front cover for a horror / crime genre theme. Furthermore, this front cover used many more slogans than I did. I feel like I could have added some more relevant and effective slogans, because it's a very effective and quick way of drawing in the reader, which is a big aim for when creating a magazine front cover. These all, what I've just explained, are all distribution techniques to publicise and promote movies. However, there are some distribution issues that occurred and that can occur in this industry, such as that there are too many platforms to choose from. There are platforms such as iTunes, Facebook, and YouTube, for example. This causes companies to decide on whereabouts, on where they should promote. However, most of these platforms are free to use. Therefore, the most effective way is choosing as many as you can and upload to. Furthermore, the impact of promoting by posters and magazine front covers over online uses will, on average, only last 14 days maximum, the effect of these. This means that as a filmmaker, you would have to exhibit the film shortly after, otherwise the film will lose its hype, as they say. This means that if you wait too long, the overall effect of the posters and magazines covers will be replaced with other films and won't be as effective. Therefore, you need to do it after, otherwise it's a waste of time of doing so. Also, by distributing directly towards my target audience, I will not be wasting time trying to please audiences with my poster that won't be interested in watching a film. If I direct them and please them straight away, then I'll get people who enjoy the trailer and then will go forward by watching the film. Overall, I think that I please my target audience by using the text colour, and the images as a combination. I think that the images really display what genre and vibe the film will be showing, and will interest my target audience greatly. Furthermore, the text is relevant to the trailer and is very nice aesthetically to look at, which helps link the whole thing in and just really grab the audience and kind of show them what they will gain from reading this magazine front cover or watching the trailer of the movie. And I hope that it gave a good insight to the trailer, but not too much.